if you're new, welcome to the familia. Today, as you guys can see from the title, we are doing Pan That Face Palette Update. So today is the day where a lot of changes are going to be happening, which I'm very excited about. It was very much needed and I am super happy about all of this. So I have both of my palettes here. Natasha Denona, the Daira. Never know how to say this. Somebody tell me, even though it's gonna go away this time. And then my MAC Shiny Pretty Things palette. So we're gonna update you guys on these. Very excited on them, so let's get to it. Okay guys, so let's start out with the Natasha Denona palette. So this palette rolled in this year, started out in January. One had a pan, the other did not. My goal was to hit pan on the two, the highlighter and the blush on here. We did hit pan last month on both of them. So I'm going to share with you guys what it looked like last month and what it looks like today. And I really do have to clean it because this is looking disgusting. So here's what it's looking like today compared to last time. You guys can see I have this is very, very thinned out. I would say another 2 months and this should be gone, which is a good thing. The blush, there's a lot more going with it. So these are the two that I've concentrated on them. I am not wearing this today because I decided that after I hit 100 uses on both of these, I let it go because I wanted to play around with my new cream and liquid highlighters and blushes that I got from my friend Lisa. I wanted to try those out, so that's what I did today and I've been doing for the last few days. So these got 100 uses. This is what it looks like at 100 use. Before I brought this in, these had 0 uses. So this is exactly what it's looking like at 100 uses, which is very, very exciting. So I'm going to give you the statistics of exactly how many times I used this palette. In January, I used this 31 times. Both of them got used 31 times. February, 24 times. March, 25 times. And in April, 20 times in total, which equals to 100 uses from January till today, or I think it was like 5 days ago that I stopped using this one. So I just recently hit the 100 use on this. This wasn't like something that I just was not using for a while. Only 5 days ago did I hit the 100 use on these. So I've only not used these for 5 days. Very happy with my progress. As you guys know, I mentioned in last month, this is going to get rolled out and I'm bringing in the new one. I am ready. I already have a tan going. Once I take off my watch, you could see the difference. I've been wearing sunblock. I've been doing my best, but I could definitely tell that my winter shade foundations that I just got, I'm needing to have a little bit of help with the cream bronzer to bronze my face a little bit up to match my neck and my areas. My kids have so many outdoor sports right now and the sun is burning that I am wearing hats and sunblock, but I still get a tan regardless. So I'm happy to say that I was able to use these. I don't know if these will be used again by the time, like I'm doing my best, but I have other Natasha Denona palettes that I want to hit pan on as well. So I don't necessarily know if I will get back to these before they go bad. I don't know. I'm gonna just throw them here and there because that's what I've been doing, but hard because I have a lot that have these kind of products and I know they're not going to last forever, but I am going to disinfect it, clean it all up and be able to put it away, so then in hopes that I can reach for it again and doesn't break me out or give me any sort of reaction to my face. So very happy. You will see a compilation of where we started to the end of it now at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. I will put that up so you guys can see the progress that we had for the last 4 months. Now let's move on to this palette. This is the MAC Shiny Pretty Things. This is a highlighter, blush, and bronzer. The last 4 months since the beginning of this year, I have been specifically working on the bronzer and the highlight. I have not been touching the blush. So I will share with you guys what it looked like last month, and then we are going to show you what it is looking like now because I am very happy about this one. Look at this, you guys. Look at this. You can clearly see that bronzer has been loved. Oh, goodness gracious. The highlighter even looks like, it has maybe some waffle pan showing up pretty soon. I could see the little circle dot of that right there showing up right here. So I'm getting there with the highlighter, but the bronzer, I have a feeling I'll probably have a month to a half left because right now I am scraping the edges. All this is basically used up. I'm just scraping the edges. And because this is the Gillette formula, it's a lot harder to press. I have pressed Gillette formulas in the past, but they're a little bit difficult and tricky because their formula is a little bit different. So I do my best to use as much as possible before I have to get to that point. So this bronzer, yeah, I say by June, July, it's already gone and I won't have to worry about it. And then I can enjoy the rest of my single bronzers in my collection and just have fun, especially with my summer bronzer. This highlighter will keep going and I think it should be done by the end of the year, but not necessarily in the next month and a half. So statistics in total, or let's start out in January, I used this 30 times, in February 24 times, in March 25 times, and in April I used it 25 times, which equals to 104 uses on both of these. So 104 uses, 104 uses. So this blush has not been touched once. As of today, I am going to start using this blush. I'm ready to start using it. I have played around with my whole entire single blush collection for the last 4 months, flipping, twisting, touching, playing around with all different formulas on my different colors. The MAC blush that I touched today, it kind of is very, very similar to this kind of formula. It's an extra dimension one, I believe, where it's like the gelée formula. And I really like it. See how beautiful it looks on the skin? So I'm very excited to play around with this one. So as of tomorrow's makeup application, I will start tallying up how many uses I get on this blush each month and when I hit pan on it, and at the point of me wanting to at least hit 100 uses. Now I have already hit 100 uses on both of these. This palette is here till the end of the year, so I'm not switching this out for anything else. So it doesn't matter that I hit 100 uses. It's going to continue to be used for the rest of the year until I am finished as much of it as possible. Prediction is this should be done by the end of the year. With the way that I pan, and I really am committed to my face palettes, because for me, I don't mind using the same blush over and over. I don't mind using the same highlighter bronzer all over and over. I can always layer, mix, match, put on top, you know what I mean? Like there's many different ways to manipulate this formula that I'm okay with it. I'm already planning on layering this highlighter with more of a goldy highlighter in the future when I do get a really good tan, because this will be way, way too light for my skin tone, but I'm still going to continue to use it as much as possible. So I don't see myself discontinuing using this product at all. And I love the formula of this. I really, really do. And I'm not bored with it still. So we're going to see how this blush goes. I'm excited to finally get started with it. It is a peachier kind of blush. So it will, I think it'll go nicely with a lot of the looks that I do. I tried to steer away from the peachy blushes this whole entire time. I've been using my single blushes so I won't get bored with this one. The last week or so is when I started to touch some of my peachy blushes, just because I know I won't touch them specifically because I will be concentrating on this. So that's one of the ones that I'm wearing today, and I'm excited and happy to see that color on my cheeks again. It's just one of my favorite colors on my skin tone. It just looks really beautiful and brightens my face up and makes me look alive, happy, and like glowy. So I'm excited to start playing around with this one. Okay guys, so since we are rolling this one out, I said that I was gonna roll in the next one. So here we are with our next replacement. This is the Natasha Denona Citrus one. So again, my goal is to use both of the shades that I have not touched in here. This one does have pan, which I will not be working on. I'll be working on these two right here, the glow and the blush. The only thing that I've done with both of these is swatch. So I will swatch them with you guys. So this is not considered a use for me, but I am just going to share with you guys the colors of these because it's going to be intense. Look at that. It's going to be intense. So that peachy blush out of the MAC palette will really, really stand out. So I'm actually excited for it. Look at this. I'm actually excited, but I feel like this is going to take me a little bit longer to use and work with, solely because it is so much more pigmented. So much more pigmented. Look at that. It even stained my finger right there. So my goal for this, like I mentioned with my Natasha Denona, is first and foremost to hit pan on these. And once I hit pan, I want to get to 100 uses. If I can do that at a reasonable time, just like I did with this one, which was about 4 months, I may consider rolling in yet another Natasha Denona face palette that has cream products in it to keep the memento going and try to hit pan on as many of them as I possibly can and get to 100 uses. Because for me, 100 uses, I feel like I've gotten enough product use out of them. It looks very well loved, and if the day comes that they do go bad and I didn't get a chance to go back to them, at least I felt good that I got 100 uses out of them and I got some of my money's worth out of them, at least part of it, because I still have all these powders that I still can use up. So it's not like I wasted my money completely. And I did not pay full price for these, you guys. I believe I paid like $30 some for each of these. They were on sale right when they were getting discontinued. So these for me are relatively newer than than when they first launched, and I didn't pay full price. I was not about to pay full price. So I think at this point I have gotten my $30-some worth of use out of this. So same thing goes with this one. I'm just going to keep on going. Actually, I'm very nervous. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm very nervous, but Natasha Denona has such a beautiful formula when it comes to her face products. Anything in general that I've ever tried from her. It may look scary, but it does transfer so much more subtle and natural on the skin that I feel like I will be able to get this on. This is just the heavy swatches of them, but I don't think it'll look like this on my face. The other thing I did notice is when I hit 100 uses out of this and I did not wear any cream or blush product, I think it was 2 days. I just wanted to just forego it and just go in with my normal powder, blushes, and bronzers and things without having any cream products under my foundation. What I've realized is that doing this technique for me personally works so much better because I realized that at the end of the day, I had no more blush, I had no more highlight on my face, and no more bronzer. Like there was nothing on my face left at the end of the day. It was a warm day. I had tinted moisturizers on my face. I didn't have even a full coverage foundation or anything. It was more of a tinted moisturizer with the typical powder. I was using these and then a blush. These did not last on my face. My face is oily in the warmer months that it just eats up product quicker. So for me, I guess the new term of it is underpainting. For me, I've been doing this for so long before that term was coined because I've learned it prior, obviously, from Scott Barnes. And so I've been doing that for a long time, and that just is a benefit for me because doing this, using products like this under my foundation and then putting the powder products on top, one, it helps because I have oily skin and some cream products just don't work on my skin. And two, it allows me to be able to have whatever powder I put on top, any highlighter, blush, or bronzer, last so much longer on my skin. So I'm always going to be doing this, and that's how I'm using all my cream products. Unless I can trust the cream blush highlighter to know that it's going to last on me throughout the day as just my normal cream and highlighting blush. NARS is one of those brands that I can trust. MAC is another one that I can trust that'll last on my skin without it getting eaten up by my oils. Other brands, not so much. So what I do is that underpainting concept that Scott Barnes created. So that's what I've realized after discontinuing the use of this one after 100 uses, that I actually do benefit from it. It's an extra step, yes, but it allows for my face products to last the whole day, and I can still see my cheek products for the rest of the day. For me, that's a benefit. So if you have very oily skin, try that because it does work for me, and it all works in the end, and I've shown you guys how I've done that, but yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So this is what we're rolling in now for pan and then 100 uses, and then we'll see what else we get to roll in because I do want to continue. If I hit pan and 100 uses within 4 months, May, June, July, August. So by August, I should be able to roll something else in, which excites me so much because that means I got use out of 3 different face products from Natasha Denona this year alone. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. All right, so goals for next month. I think for this one, I'm just going to try to get used. I'm typically someone who uses makeup between 20 to 30 days a month. I am hoping I can continue that during the summer. Now that I have my arsenal of new foundations and tinted moisturizers, and I've been playing around with them so much, you guys. I've been having so much fun with my foundations. Who would have thought? But you know what? I will say it's because I've had years of not buying them that this year I just got so excited to replenish them all that I'm loving mixing and matching, twisting and turning, and putting this one on today, trying that one out, that I found the ones that I know are going to work for me during the summer. So I feel like that's going to encourage me to continue to use my makeup more, even though it's going to be hot, but I think I can do it. So I'm going to try to continue that. I'm going to try to at least, use these 20 to 25 times in the month. I think I should be able to do that. And then as far as my MAC one, my goal is to try to use up more of the edges of this bronzer around here, especially this side right here. Like this side has the most. So I want to try to get that more thinned out because these edges are more thinned out than anything. So I'm hoping to get a lot more use out of this bronzer. And then out of this highlighter, at least maybe to hit pan in the center. Hopefully. I'm not digging in here. I'm not trying to scrape out of here. So I don't know if I will hit pan, but that's a nice goal to hit. So we'll see how that goes. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Right now, I will share with you guys the compilation of the first Natasha Denona palette. All nice and cleaned up. I promise I will clean her up so you can see her at the finale. Thank you guys so much for watching and always encouraging me and following me along during this journey. I will catch you guys in the videos at the end of the compilation. All right, guys. Peace out.